Oh, that worked perfectly, didn't it? Okay, excellent. Okay, so what we want to do is, okay, the question then becomes, where is our, okay, so this, we're answering questions about the, about how to work with dates and crypt durations in, in Excel and Power Query. The data set, of course, is the well-trodden cyclistic bike share data. Has we have one rule for each ride, okay? And the information includes the hour, the start time, hour, minute, seconds of the start time, end time, hour, minutes, seconds of the end time, okay? The calculated trip duration is fairly simple. You just simply, subtract the start date from the end date. But the trouble is, and then we can use the maybe maybe excuse me. Well, see if we can send that person a link. Oh, hey, hello, how you doing? Are you the one that contacted me about the problem with the video? Was that you? Was that you? It is you. Oh, well, well thanks so much for stopping by. You must have clicked the bell icon saying you want to go live. Yeah, so we're actually trying to answer, see if we come with an answer to your question today. Now, if you haven't started looking at Chat AI and Chat GPT, uh, you need to start looking at that. Okay. So anyway, that's it's a phenomenal resource, although it's not always right. So we're going to open up a new worksheet. Okay. Now, what we actually want to do with the date column, at the duration, we actually want to convert the hours and minutes and seconds into minutes, into a fractional part of a minute. And honestly, I'm not sure quite how to do that at this point. Okay. So tell me, where do you live? So for some reason, Excel never seems to load very quick on my computer, even though it's a decent system. Now, I'm using Office 365, which is the newer version, but I'm not sure if Power Query changed since that time or not. Let's open up a new empty worksheet. Okay. Let's just take a look at view, make sure we can see this. Let's do this. Let's do All right. Hopefully you're able to read this. I'm going to go to data, get data, and then we'll look for the folder function. Okay. And I think you probably have already got this far. And we'll come down where my data is. Now, are you able to read my spreadsheet? Okay. Can you read that? So I'm going to click transform. And I'm going to move all these other columns. All right. And you've got this far. So far, you should be fine. Now I'm going to click the double down. The double down there is to actually expand the data. We'll click OK. And I'm just going to name this raw data. All right. And then we'll get rid of the first column here. All right. So now what we want to do is we want to calculate the trip duration. Okay. So we're going to do a custom column. We're going to add column. Right. Add column. Invoke custom function. What is this going to do? Custom column. We're going to call this trip. Now there is a possibility that the Power Query in 2016 is a little different from the later versions, because I believe that 2016 was the first time the Power Query was included with Excel. We got end time, and we got started at. So now we got now we got it in hours, minutes, and seconds. And this may actually be what you want in order to keep track of the in order to keep track of the of the whole time. Well, this one is 1 hour, 15 minutes, and 49 seconds. And you got these durations. You probably saw you got these durations up here, and you can that's interesting. Divide. Specific value. Um, yeah, you probably got this far, okay? But the trouble is, we don't have hours. So this one over here someplace. Become what the trouble is, as you can see, some of the trip durations are longer than an hour. Some are even longer than a day, which is really kind than a day. Okay, so that's the trouble with the dates. Look at this, 4 hours, 20 minutes, 25. I don't know what this is. So this is the one in the problem. The question is, do you want to keep every single value? But ideally, what you want to do is, do you really even need trip duration? But let's come over here, Chat BI. And this may be a DAX function, okay? Like I say, if you haven't looked at Chat AI, really get a good look at it. Like I say, the answers aren't always correct, but it's certainly worth giving a shot, okay? Oh, this is interesting. Because over here they're talking about Excel. Okay, but we can't import all the data into Excel, so we have to do something else. Good grief. In this formula, uh, replace date time column with the name of the column that you want that contains the date time value. The formula subtracts the date time value from the current date and time using the date local. This gives the time differences in ticks, 100 nanoseconds. Dividing by 3600 number here, click OK and create the new column with the converted values. This will add a new column with the number of minutes since the date time value in each row. Hmm. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure that's the answer to the question we're looking for. Okay, let's get rid of that. And let's go add column, custom column. So we will look at well, this isn't good. Yeah. Huh. Okay, so it's saying we can't do it. Okay, this is like I say. Uh, well, this is like I say. You may have uh, chat or chat AI can be very helpful. It doesn't have to give you the answer we're looking for. Now, what to do about cryptoration? Well, custom column didn't work. Okay, you could try doing a count by on this thing. Right, right, yeah. But the trouble is, it doesn't convert the hours into minutes. Okay, it doesn't convert. All it does is gives you some minutes. All right, so it won't give you the hours. You came up here like right now and did this. Okay, Well, the trouble is, it gives you the minutes, but not the hours. Okay, that's where you run into problems. I mean, so what I was trying to find a way to convert this into minutes. Well, what they gave us on in uh, in Chat AI. Let's try one more time. Now, the problem with with duration is that the numbers you caught the numbers less than zero. Well, how can a dark light have 0 minutes, zero time? So you could have said anything greater than zero. Uh, but what about lives who have whose duration appears to be 24 appears to be a day and a half. Okay, well this is interesting. Okay, so okay, this could be what we're looking for right here. So here we are. Let's get rid of minutes then. All right. If let's see, I come over here, minutes. Okay. Now you want to, but again, remember, these only show the minute portion of the time. This will not show the hour. So if it's an hour and 30 minutes, all you can see here is this 30. Okay. So it's trying to look for a way to convert these all into total minutes. Okay. That's really what you're looking for. But anyway, so you're saying if I come over here, filter out the zeros. Well, let's do this. You only want trip duration greater than zero in the beginning. So we're going to do a number filter greater than zero. Okay. The minutes are still there, but again, these are only the minute portion. This number does not include the hours. So this first one should be 60 plus 26. Okay, so this minutes here should the total minutes would be 86 minutes. And that's what we're looking for, I think. But nonetheless, let's say we want to do a count here. Okay, go to transform, do a group by minutes. Um, right, but you can't have a bike ride of 0 minutes or less, and it can't be zero or less, right? Because remember, they're tracked by GPS over distance. So how do you have a zero minutes on a ride? So I'm saying, of course, you could say back writes less than 24 hours or something like that, maybe. That's the other thing you can do. But honestly, when I did it, I just did it down to the hour of the day. I didn't really do much with trip duration because the numbers of trip duration just all over the place. You see this one right here as an hour and 15 minutes. So that'd be 60 plus 15 is 75 minutes. So this number over here should be 75 and not 15. All right. Okay, but here you can see I got a count for all these minutes. Okay. Let's come back over here. See if we can calculate the total minutes. Okay. Add new column, custom column. All right. Right. So you did less than or equal to 0, right? Let's see if this works. Oh man, that gave us an error. Why did it give us an error? Probably because I didn't change the because I didn't change it to trip. So I was looking for a column called date time column, which doesn't exist. So come over here. All right. Okay. Now this is exactly what you're looking for. Go over here. This says 75.86 minutes. All right. And that's what you're looking for. And you may only be looking for the total minutes. The rest of these numbers here probably don't matter for your point of view. Okay. So let me give you this formula here. Okay. And let's look at this one more time. So we don't need this. What we want is the total minutes for the trip duration. Okay. Again, we'll come over here, add column, custom column. Let's call this. Okay. This over here. Change the column name to your duration period. Now we got this. Let's convert this to just a whole number. All right. All right. So now we got the trip in minutes. 76 minutes. See? All right. Now let's do a count of this. Did this first part make sense? How I used ChatGPT to, in case you're not familiar with that Chat AI program, here it is. So were you also using Tabula? Okay, so here's the count by total minutes. All right, let's try something here. Let's come back over to home. Let's call this total minutes. Rename that. Go over to home. Close and load. The data is too big to import directly into Excel. Okay, so we have to use the close and load to, and you want to do a connection. Now, obviously, well, if you're going to try to use this with Tabula, well, the trouble is uh, it won't read queries. It only reads tables. So right now it's a connection, but let's see. Let's right click on this. Yeah, let's take a second look at this. Right click, load to table. Now, the other thing is you may not want to include all the data. You may say, I only want to do the last 6 months, for instance. Okay? Are you able to read my Excel spreadsheet? Okay. Now, if we can't load this, if the summary table is what is summary table shouldn't be too big. And I don't think uh, that Tabula uh, can see can see connections. Okay, but if it did, it would be great. So what you can do is you can make a series of summary tables by day, by hour, by total minutes, uh, and so forth. And then export those into Excel as a table. Then you should be able to pull it into Tabula. You could also use these same Power Query steps in Power BI, by the way, because Power BI and because Power Query and Power BI and Excel are the same. see. So will it actually, okay, so here we go. So now we got, minutes and total minutes in the count, okay? Will this actually work? That's the question. Okay, and that's what this looks like, okay? The, what is that? Okay, this is one of the things that kind of annoys me about this. Insert pivot table, table range, new spreadsheet. Rows is minutes, right? Okay. Well, the trouble is, this isn't actually, that's not actually a number. Insert, let's try this. Insert. Okay. So if this bottom line is the minutes, right? Yeah. No. See, this wasn't counting right. Okay. Okay, so let's save this here real quick. Uh, GBT. So minimize that and open up Tabula. So, oh man, where did I put that? It was Excel Power. I don't know where it's at. Oh man, did I not save that? There it is. It's called book one. Okay. Now let's come back over here. Excel. Let's see what this actually sees. Okay, so here's the trip count. Yeah, so you can see, it can see any of the tables you want to see, okay? So come over here. Yeah, so it can see a table. Yeah, yeah. You see, this isn't making any sense. uh, yeah. So we don't want this to be a yeah. I'm not really a big Power BI guy or Tabula guy. Uh, yeah. See, this isn't even plotting this right either. I don't know why it's not seeing this as being an hour or something like that. And this, we can try converting this to text. Yeah, you see, uh, there should be what? The count should be, let's see, rows. So, and let's see, that's why minutes may not be a really good measure to use. You got what? 130,000 minutes there. You got 130,000 rides lasted 4 minutes, which is certainly possible, but it's just that. But let's take a look at some. Let's take a look at. Do you have any questions so far? I mean, is everything I'm doing making sense? Yeah. I mean, the thing is, you may, the data may make more sense if you want to use like the last 6 months or something like that. Okay. Anyway, you got this here. Okay. Okay. Let's try one more thing. Let's create a calendar table. Let's go to home, do a blank query. What we're going to try to do, I'm going to try to create a calendar table here, which is kind of an interesting thing to work with. Let's see some here. What it does, it can be a table that can contain different parts of the date. You could have a column for the date time, then you could have a second column only for the date, the year, and so forth. And you can link them through a single date. You can link them through a single date. That makes sense. Anyway, what am I looking for here? Oh, right. Now we want to go from 4/1/20. So our start date is going to be 4/1. Yeah. So what this is doing, this is actually calculating, I believe, the from this is the start date and this is the end date. So if you look over here, we'll probably have uh, transform. Um, call this calendar. We want to try to convert this to a table. Yeah, because I want this to be a table and not a list. And there is a way to do that, the table. Okay, okay, so now we got a table called calendar. Now this, of course, this won't work with the timestamp, okay? Since this is now a date table, let's copy this. Then come over here, use the date function, say year. Okay, name a month, and we can even say like day of the week. Okay, Okay, so now we got the date, the this is the year. Okay, okay. So that's just okay. This for the sake of demonstration. Let's do load, close and load. I didn't spell calendar right, I don't think. Don't know why there's an error there. So here's our calendar. Power pivot, manage. Okay, let's come back over here. Yeah, because this didn't work right, did it? Okay, the mistake I made is I didn't I didn't rename the original table. So we have to come back over here. Okay, data. What we're going to do is we're just going to pull out the date portion of this, just for illustration purposes. Now, do you have any questions so far? Are you still with me? Let's leave everything as it is. What we're going to do, we're going to pull out the date portion of the, okay. I thought I'd just rename that. And let's get rid of the trouble you're going to run into with like the station names, okay? The station IDs is that it thinks this is when it first looks, also sees this number. Okay, so it creates a numbers. It defines it as a numeric type. The trouble is some of these IDs have letters in it, and that's where your errors are. That's why I didn't even bother. That's why I just got rid of this. Okay, because it's a problem in some cases. Not so much here in Excel, but it can be. It's a starting station ID, calendar data. So let's just come over here, look at station name, load more. Now, if we were doing this in Power BI, you could actually define a table as a date table, okay? And you'd be able to link the date table to your main data table. So we'll get rid of the rows that have a station name that's blank. And that saves about, maybe 100, maybe 10,000 rows or something like that. 100,000, I think it's like 100,000 rows. I'm going to rename this. All right. We're going to say load to because it's too big to load into the other data. And we want to add it to the data model. Okay. And we're going to create a connection. Now, like I say, I don't think Tabula can see connections. Okay. And that's where the trouble comes in. Oh, we need to pull out just yeah, pull out just the date function. So a connection is kind of like you might say it's sort of like a window looking at the data. The data isn't actually in the spreadsheet. It's a snapshot of it, you might say. So if you wanted to try to if you know there isn't there isn't a good way in Power BI or in Tabula to clean the data, and that's the trouble. Uh, you could create summary tables here, not detailed, but summary tables, and you can use the create as a table option. Then Tabula will see the tables. Okay. How long have you been doing data analytics? Oh, yeah. So you obviously to the end of the care of the uh, Google Data Analytics Certification Program, because you're doing. I think that's what this is for. Uh, and you can see here, it's taken a while to load these in here. Even the reason it's taking a little longer is 'cause I'm also telling it to connect to the data manager. No, in all honesty, I would use Power BI because it has Power Query built in, and it also has that folder option. You're going to import an entire folder with the data. Well, one note about about the missing station names. What you do with that is up to you. And the other video, I think like, I basically said you saw me just remove those rows here. You could have also just done replace value and replaced it with I said ABC bike share. It doesn't make any difference. This again, this is your project. Okay. Oh, don't forget the actual course project requires you to make okay a presentation, a slideshow or something like that. Okay. Okay. See all these arrows here? That could be because of the station names. Okay. Or because of the station IDs. Okay, so there's our rows. What are our arrows? We had 300,000 plus error messages. Okay, so I think the problem is these station numbers here. Okay, let's remove the station numbers. Close and load. Load two. What the what the what the data manager allows you to do basically allows you to do joins between two tables. Okay, as you'll see, if you ever use joins inside of SQL, the data manager allows you to do that. So we'll be able to do a join between the date column over the first column over here and and one of these tables down here, the bike ride tables to the ride date for there. Okay. But more than that, that'll allow you to say that would allow you to say to do to do some pivot tables using any one of these columns here. Okay, any one of those columns there, you can do that with. So you want to counter rides by month. Well, you can do that because it's going to be connected in the data model. You're going to connect on the date column to the data model, to the date function in the to the date column we created in the okay. So I didn't do this right either, did I? Are you still with me? Nee, are you still with me there? You should have clicked that like button as well as the icon button. By the way, I generally stream Monday through Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern time. That's New York time, East Coast, U.S. East Coast time. Sometimes on Sunday night, but if you you may not have loaded the right thing here. We'll see what happens anyway. Okay, we're still getting errors up here, aren't we? Now back over in PowerCore, we could have converted that column number to a number type, and then we should have got an error message whenever it. Okay, right. So this should have the same number of rows. All we did is remove two columns. a data manager, the diagram view. Okay, so now we got the three tables, right? Let's only concern ourselves with this one here for the time being. Start date. Okay, this is where the magic takes place. We come over here, we connect date to start date. Okay, then we come over here, insert pivot table from data model, new sheet. So we should be able to come down here, say calendar, start with something easy. We want the rows to be dates. We can even do this. Okay, let's try putting right ID down here. Okay, that's not what we're looking for. So we should be able to come over here, unless the date range is wrong. Okay, what we want the let's let's start a little slower. Rows are dates. Okay, so we got here now. We got the count of rides by month. Okay, and the reason we're able to do that is because it's linked. It's Well, this is working the way I'm expecting it to work. Let's move these again. This should take care of our errors. Okay. Let's go to start station ID. All right. Now let's do a close and load. Okay. Now I think what what I'm looking at here is that is it says, you know, why is there a blank name there? There shouldn't be a blank. So we got a couple useful things here. Okay. Date, how to calculate total minutes, and also how to create a calendar table. Okay. So now let's take a look at data model again. One, manage. Okay. So we still have our join. Okay, now this isn't working quite the way I wanted it to work. This is what we expect because we hmm. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm not quite sure what I'm doing wrong here. I think the join is working because we can see the table, but we're not able to. Well, you're part of Paul. What we want to do, all we want to do is count the number of rides per month and year, and that shouldn't be that big of a problem because we don't. We should be able to do it somehow over here. Okay. Okay. I'll tell you what, I'm going to go and bring this stretching to a close. Hopefully, I answered your question. If not, you can always go back and post another question on YouTube. All right.